Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another video. So in this video we will doing the speed test comparison between the Infinix Zero 20 versus the Samsung Galaxy A52s 5G, and this phone has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G SoC with 8GB of RAM, while the Infinix Zero 20 has a Helio G99 SoC with 8GB of RAM as well. So on the back we have quad cameras on the Samsung versus 8 triple cameras on the Infinix. We have 64 megapixel OIS main camera with a 12 megapixel ultra wide. We have 5 megapixel macro and a 5 megapixel which is a depth sensor, while on the Infinix we have 108 megapixel main camera with a 13 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel which is a depth sensor. And the back on both phones is made up of plastic, and the frame of the Zero 20 I think it is made up of aluminium, while the Samsung has a plastic frame and Zero 20 has a completely flat frame, so which gives a more premium feel I would say over the Samsung. Also we have in-display fingerprint scanner on the Samsung versus inside the power button on the Zero 20. Also on the bottom we have headphone jack on both these two devices, and we have dual speakers on both phones. So I am really excited to see that how is the Infinix Zero 20 is gonna stack up against the A52s 5G with their stable Snapdragon 778G. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. So now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. So logos came up first at the same time on both phones, and Samsung is running on Android 13 with One UI 5 versus Android 12, XOS version 12 as well. And the Infinix Zero 20 faster when it comes to booting up. A52s 5G also right behind there. We have 1 or 2 second difference between these two devices when it comes to booting up. So everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. So phone dialer, that one it is pretty similar. So next on the list is the settings, that one it is faster on the Samsung. So now let's go to the display on both phones. So we have 120 Hz refresh rate versus a 90 Hz on the Zero 20, and Zero 20 has a 6.7 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED with a U-shape notch on the front, while Samsung has a 6.5 inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED with 120 Hz refresh rate. Also we have this Infinity O display. Also the bottom chain it is more smaller on the Samsung, so the display it is much better on the Samsung. Now check out some more apps. Amazon Shopping, that one it is faster on the A52s 5G, already loaded. So now let's see scrolling. That is phase really smooth on both phones, but obviously more smoother on the Samsung because of their 120 Hz refresh rate. So now let's open this. That one is also faster on the Samsung. Now check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. A52s 5G is faster there as you can see, and the Zero 20 also right behind there. We have 1 second difference. So Instagram faster on the Infinix. Let's see pin out also faster on the Samsung. So now let's see Snapchat, faster on the Samsung. Spotify, that one is faster on the Zero 20. So now let's see Subway Surfer, and Samsung is faster there. So now let's opening up the Temper N2. Let's see in the Temper N2 which one is faster. So Samsung is tiny bit faster. So we have a 2 or 3 second difference. So now let's open this big game which is called as PUBG Mobile. So Samsung is faster as you can see. Also in that game we have smooth graphics with ultra frame rate versus a smooth graphics with extreme frame rate. So the game performance it is miles better on the Samsung. So now let's opening up the Twitter faster on the Samsung. So now let's open Zedge. That one it is faster on the 020. So now let's see scrolling. Feels really smooth on both phones. Not a big difference between 90Hz and 120Hz. Yes, in the 90Hz on the 020 it is not really optimized, while Samsung 120Hz it is really optimized after the Android 13 update. So last one launching the cameras on both phones. Default camera application. Let's see which one is faster. Samsung is faster as compared to the 020. So the camera performance it is much better on the Samsung. So now let's look at the front-facing camera. So on the Infinix we have a 60 megapixel OIS selfie camera, while on the Samsung we have 32 megapixel. So the photo looks overexposed on the 020, while on the Samsung it looks really balanced. Now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing for Samsung internet browser on the Samsung versus a Google Chrome on the Infinix. So wikipedia.org tiny bit faster on the Samsung. So now let's see scrolling. In the start I see the jitters, but scrolling smoother on the Samsung. So now let's open this. Similar again, scrolling is really smooth on both phones. No jitters, but Samsung has a higher refresh rate, 120Hz, so it feels a little more smoother because I see these two devices side by side. So apple.com, that one it is faster on Samsung. So now let's see scrolling. Feels pretty smooth on both phones. So now check out RAM management. So you can see we have a very big jitter on the Infinix. So now let's see who is performed good in the RAM management. And also I am really excited to see the RAM management on the Samsung after Android 13 update. So phone dialer, no refresh. Settings, Amazon shopping, refresh on the Samsung. Candy Crush Saga, so refresh on the Samsung. Instagram, pin out, refresh. So RAM management it is really bad on the A52s 5G after Android 13 update. Refresh again. Spotify, Subway Surfer, that is still there. Temperament 2, that is refresh on the Samsung. Let's see PUBG Mobile. So opening up the Twitter, Zedge. Last, we're back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, over I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Samsung is performing faster in system based application as well as in games. In games we have a 2 or 3 second difference between these two devices. So in terms of the RAM device, in that area 020 is taking the lead. We have really good RAM management, not a single refresh, while on the Samsung we have a lot of refresh. Android 13 it is not really optimized on this phone. Also on the Samsung we have 4500 mAh battery size with a 15-watt fast charger in the box, but this phone maximum support 25 watt, while the 020 has a 4500 mAh battery size as well with a 45-watt fast charger. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this speed test. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.